I can think of only one thing that could lift my spirits right now. Beer.
Beer. Beer. Beer. Beer.
This is Drink of Ages on ESPN 97.5.
The only show dedicated to craft beer, spirits, and music.
Here's your host and luminary, John Denman.
John Denman.
All right, welcome to this week's episode of Drink of Ages radio show on ESPN 97.5, live at House of Blues, Houston. Woo! Happy everybody's out here hanging out, having a really good time so far today. Tom Painter, co-host. I'm John Denman. DJ Muskratch, the producer over there. Jason Spars is on the video cameras, doing all the fun stuff. Our music guest this week is DadBods.
Yeah.
Going to get some.
I got one.
And from Southern Star Brewing Company, Dave Fougeron is hanging out.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. You know what's up.
So what's been going on, Dave?
Man, I just realized, I'm sitting here and I just realized I think this is the first time I've been down, like, out of the north side since COVID. So it feels pretty good. It feels real
welcome
good.
back.
Yeah, welcome back to reality. Yeah, I forgot how damn far it is from Conroe.
Conroe's a good drive.
Yeah.
It's not a bad drive, but yeah. I mean,
It was better when the world was all shut down because then
when there was no traffic.
Just driving
Yeah,
like
it's
crazy,
the
and
traffic.
now it's like, hey, where do all these people come from?
Man, I am just happy that things are coming back to life. It seems like people are drinking more beer. I know that people have been coming out to the brewery a lot more now. This year's starting out at the taproom sales better than they were in 2019. So,
Oh, excellent.
So yeah, we're real happy to see that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, when you guys did your expansion in the tap room, was that 4 years?
5 years ago.
5 years ago?
Yeah.
That was a big thing because it opened up so much more space for you guys.
Yeah, we had the whole brewery move. We moved over. We went from being in that little industrial park to 13 and a half acres. So it was a little bit different with a big brew system. Changed brew systems. Changed a lot of stuff.
I mean, the facility's massive and the tap room is huge, and it's
Yeah.
It's
And then
fantastic.
we've really been up in our game with the outside beer garden too. We've been investing some money in that and getting everything tweaked in to where the beer is good outside. We got a real walk-in cooler outside, behind the bar right there. So it's
You guys clearly had a lot of space because I remember during COVID with all the laws changing like crazy. At one point, you guys put up a video of like, here, just like buy the beer here and just run to the other end of the property, and like in our to-go zone.
The other end of the property was Southern Star Real Estate, so it's not even the same entity. So we were throwing TABC I was like, I'm a loophole master. I love finding loopholes and stuff. So I'm like, oh, well, the industry we can do this. So we just did it.
We
We were
briefly,
not briefly. We were in the plastic cup sales business for a long time.
Plastic
Yes.
sales cups made a lot of breweries a lot of money.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
when you can charge like $4 for a plastic cup,
Yeah. That's fair price.
it's fair price.
Fair price. And they can't reuse it because COVID. So that was our philosophy.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I don't know. There's a lot of ridiculousness that happened with COVID, but there's the simple fact that was the thing.
Well, I'm glad we're getting over that.
I remember we was at Baleson's and they had it was like they had those like different styles of beers and it was all like, so what do you want? Do you want to buy some Doritos, some Fritos, or some like Lay's? And they all corresponded.
See a
to,
lot of
like,
chip pairings.
I was like, well, if I buy the Doritos, do I have to get the Doritos? It's like, no, we can sub it for anything. It's and it was just everyone was trying to figure out the system and how to. Everyone was a master of legislation.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of $5 fries that was really small that came with a beer.
We gave away hot dogs. So you just had to serve food. You didn't have to sell it.
And I don't know. It's just the whole thing's been crazy. But even out here at House of Blues, it's good that we're here hanging out. There's concerts coming up. There's a lot of things happening. Festivals, announcing festivals all over the place right now.
I miss live music.
Yes,
I really miss live music. I think I've been to 2 shows. Since it started.
Yeah.
Tired of it. I like my metal and I like it loud.
Need it loud.
Well, it's funny. Every week we've been here has been better than the week before because it's just like so you can just see, you can feel the life coming back and yeah, it's awesome. Because I'm running into people all the time, and it's like I need to get to a show again. I was like, just go to House of Blues.
Yeah.
Like we're here. I'm getting one every week.
It's awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing some live music tonight.
DadBod.
DadBod.
Yeah, it's with all the new, again, like festivals, beer festivals popping up, but all these giant music festivals are back. And so
That's great.
I know I'm sitting there going, I need to go to Chicago, I need to go to L.A., I need to go to.
I was looking at that too. I was like, I was gonna go to Las Vegas for I forgot what it's called. It's like the big metal thing, and it's cool. But then I started tabbing it up, and I was like, man, that's like $1,200, you know, before I even really start spending money. So probably not gonna go to Psycho Fest.
Yeah.
I was gonna go to Maryland Death Fest, but same thing. You know, it's just like
I don't know. They had a Vegas. They do punk rock bowling, and that's the one that I wanted to go
that's
to.
cool. Yeah. Although I just saw they announced the lineup for Hell's Heroes here in Houston. So, but that's 2022. But still, I'll
Yeah?
take it. Yeah. So
Probably are selling tickets to it and everything, right?
Oh, they are.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm going. I already got my calendar marked. So gotta support your live music.
I don't know. I saw Cypress Hill's coming, so it's like,
That's
all right,
cool.
I'll go watch
Yeah.
some Cypress Hill.
Yeah, that's cool.
It is good to see live music again.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back up to the place upstairs, man.
Yeah,
That's,
get
I've seen
up
a lot
here.
of great shows here.
Well, especially at breweries, local live music, right?
Yeah.
I mean, now it's like I know my email's getting inundated with like, "Hey, you booking again? Hey, you booking again? Hey, you booking again?" I was like,
I know.
Here it
I
comes.
say I haven't
Here
seen
it
live
comes.
music. I meant like not at my brewery. But it's mostly just we haven't really had any. We've had a couple bands come through, but mostly it's just been kind of singer-songwriter stuff, just one person.
Yeah.
Because the crowds are, you know, you got to kind of build it back.
Wait. No, you have Aramite.
Well, that
going
too.
to
Yeah.
play
Well, yeah.
coming
I mean,
up.
we've got some stuff
that's
coming
gonna
up.
Be, yeah, that's gonna be.
Yeah,
a pretty
and
good
that's
show.
going to be a really cool show. Yeah. So we've got them coming up. What? A couple weeks, or next week.
Next
or
week?
something. Yeah, next week. Keep track of all that stuff for me. So
Well, you went a whole year without having to keep track of time, so it's kind of hard.
it's hard
really
to get
start
your mind back
getting
into
back into
space.
it.
Yeah, I was like, does it really have to be 9 o'clock when I get to work now? Like, nah.
Do I really have to put pants on? Never.
No.
It's time to get back to normal level drinking.
I don't know about that. I kind of like being able to start drinking at like 3. I kind of still.
Are we doing a Zoom call? It's an event.
That's right. Zoom shotgun. Yeah.
I did a lot of those. Yeah. So
Well, it was, people just reaching out. They're like, hey, man, let's hang out. I'm like, all right, cool. So get on it. And then all of a sudden, next thing, it's just like, Kelly's like, what are y'all going to do? I was like, I don't know, just shoot shit, talk, whatever. Then all of a sudden, it's like whiskey shots, tequila shots. It's like,
Yeah, that'll
I don't
happen.
know why that happened. I guess boredom.
I've discovered I like whiskey a lot over COVID. I never used to like whiskey, but then I think I discovered I liked old fashions, so that's like a really good way of drinking 2 shots of whiskey real fast.
absolutely.
Man, right across the street, Reserve 101. Those old fashions are pretty
I'm
tasty.
not doing it.
I'm not doing
I gotta
it.
drive
Not
all the way
tonight.
back.
Not tonight.
I know what happens when you drink an old fashioned. You drink 4 old fashions.
Don't
That's
make
true.
promises you can't keep.
Yeah, no, and that's 8 shots of whiskey. I've been going to this place, and it's literally like right down the street from my house. And my wife was like, "Man, how much did you have to drink?" I was like, I don't know. I was there for a long time. I had about 6 drinks. I realized I'd drank 12 shots of whiskey.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
She had to tell me we had that conversation the next day, I think. So.
I don't know. I don't know if you can ever be honest, when she asks you, like, how many beers did you have? Only 3. 3.
I think
like-
one.
it's like one is
it was
2.
one. Yeah, one. I learned the trick. If you don't let your beer go empty and you fill it back up again, that still counts
It
as
still
the same beer.
counts?
So usually
I'll go
have 1
with
or
that.
2. I've had 1 or 2.
Yeah.
On a technicality.
Yeah.
Well, we're drinking some Bombshell Blonde right now, and this beer is, man, I like we were talking earlier. I don't like it was always a good beer, right? But I just don't remember it tasting as good as it does tonight.
Tastes pretty good tonight. I'm I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I said over there, I get caught up like everybody else in what's new and what we've got new, and I usually. We've been doing these programs to where every 2 months we come out with a new beer, so I get just fall in love with that and drink it because it's like it's gonna go away, and then I neglect the Golden Child.
The one that keeps the lights on.
Right. Yeah, then every once in a while, it's like, well, I haven't had a bombshell in a while. And every time I drink it, I'm like, man, that's good. I should drink it more. So it's,
I remember.
yeah. Now I know why I made this.
Yeah. You made it for, pretty much any day sitting around doing anything you want to.
Well, that's the thing about that beer. It just fits in anytime.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's good anytime beer. It's good. I mean, it used to be a good crossover beer, and I think that's why it's kind of gone, not really to the wayside by any means, but it's not as popular as it used to be because, flagships get old and you have to change out. I mean, it's like, I'm sure that you guys talk to people and they see, I got to thinking about that. I was like, okay, like take St. Arnold, for example. I started there in 97 when I started doing, and Amber was their flagship.
Yeah.
I mean, they still make amber, but not very much of it. Mm. And then, I guess, Lawnmower became their flagship, and then Santos became their flagship. They don't even make that anymore. And and then there was something else, and then Art Car, and what's next. So it's like I had to realize it's okay to phase through flagships.
It's okay to let some beers die.
Yeah, it is.
If they die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's why I like Spindle Tap. They're not making Boomtown Blonde or Honey Hole anymore, just because there's more money to be made with other beers.
Yeah.
So.
Well, some people kind of get their niche where they're known for some stuff like Spindle Tap is. So it's like, get cranking out a bunch of IPAs and stuff like that, then, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I know for No Label, El Jefe keeps our lights on, and that
Yep.
beer is just steady Eddie. Like, it just kind of, it has its, people buy it, put it in the stores, it moves. It just keeps on just repeating itself. And
It truly does keep the lights on. I mean, that's what
but it neither grows that much, but it doesn't decline either. It's just kind of it's like a turtle. it's like just slow and steady.
the turtle of beers. I don't think I'd use that as a slogan on a can.
But we do about 4,000, 5,000 barrels, and that's a good chunk of that, about 1,000, 1,500 barrels. It's just El Jefe, just like that one beer. Just I think about barrel aged stuff like that, especially in a world that we have now 70 plus breweries in Houston, and some of them, just want to hit that 1 grand mark. And then I just got this looking at El Jefe, and she's just just taking
Keep
her time.
on going, El Jefe.
Yep.
She keeps the lights on. She's stable, even though it's side haze or, hazies, the Nipas, the double dry hops, all that stuff. But it's don't forget about your bombshell blondes and your.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a whole month dedicated, Flagship February, right?
I think that's a cool idea.
It is a very good idea.
Great idea. And, if you forget your flagships, then the beers go away. That's, we're having to, we've had to, and we're going to have to in the future, kill brands. And it is what it is. It's the part of the danger is being, a brewery of, we're not huge, but we're not tiny either. So it's, if I can't sell 60 barrels of it by the time that it, pretty much gets halfway through its shelf life, I've got to move that beer out by the time it's halfway through its shelf life, because it might still be good at the brewery, but I'm not going to ship it to the distributor, and then they're going to ship it to, a store, and then you guys are going to get it, and then it's not going to be any good anymore. So, or not where it should be. So that kind of dictates to us when it's time to kill the beer.
Yep. Well, I mean, Pine Belt. I love Pine Belt. I thought that was an exceptional IPA
beer.
that you guys. Well, Pale Ale, I think is what
it was more of an IPA than
it was a very hoppy, delicious Pale Ale.
Yeah.
But man, I miss that beer.
We're probably going to make a batch of that next year. We were planning on doing it this year, but things got pushed around, and we were actually planning on doing it last year, and then COVID happened. So then we pushed it this year, so we're going to do it next year.
All right, well, let's take a quick break, get some refills on these beers. Let's listen to some DadBods, and when we get back, we'll talk more with Dave Fougeron from Southern Star Brewing Company. This is Drink of Ages Radio on ESPN. We'll be right back.
prepared to fight. If it takes all night, strong night for bed. It's time to midnight. I'm hiding in the shadows, waiting in the dark, dressed in camo. I hear the radio blasting, the engine comes to a stop. My heart's still pumping, it's just about to pop. Fastest bus tries to round second, but tonight I'm sent home. It's one night for bed. There's no rest in the air. I'm prepared to fight. If it takes all night, strong night for bed. Strong night for bed. There's no rest in the air. I'm prepared to fight. If it takes all night, strong night for bed. There's no rest in the air. I'm prepared to fight. If it takes all night, strong night. The wife knows I'm right. Strong night for bed.
Weekends are a great time to check out Megaton Brewing in Kingwood. Jared, Chris, and the gang have created a badass place to kick back and enjoy a few beers. Big stouts, approachable sours, and plenty of hoppy brews are on tap at Megaton. Lots of space to hold your birthday party, corporate outing, or any event in one of the most unique tap rooms in the Houston area. Check them out on social media for their concert and event schedule. Megaton Brewery. Hope to see everyone at the vault. Key T Wellness, our friends down in Dickinson, is where you need to go if you're feeling sluggish, non-energetic, and non-motivated, not just when you're hungover. Get to know your numbers. As we get a little older, our hormone levels change, men and women. Key T Wellness can help. Weight loss, hormone optimization, low testosterone, B12, Botox, and more. Stop in and tell them that you heard it on Drink of Ages and get a free B12 shot. KeyTWellness.com. Why not feel your best again? KeyTWellness.com. Enjoying tonight's show? Have a vision you need to make a reality? Reach out to Hell and High Water Productions. I did. Jason and the crew produce each Drink of Ages YouTube show. Corporate events, concerts, commercials, live streams, they have the skill and technology to make it happen. Come Hell and High Water, they are here to serve you. Give them a call at 832-356-9701. Special announcement from Platypus Brewery. F off, mate. The latest taproom release is an American Hefeweizen that is chalky in appearance, generously dry hopped, imparting citrus and stone fruit flavors in a light and refreshing beer. Very easy on the palate. Also hitting the taproom at Platypus is Rough End of the Pineapple, a pineapple jalapeno sour. It sounds crazy, but it works very well, especially when you pair it with the chicken wings. Food specials all week long, including Chicken Parmy Tuesdays, Surf and Turf Wednesdays, Texas Barbecue Thursdays, and Fish and Chips Fridays. PlatypusBrewing.com, open Tuesdays through Sunday. Have an event in mind and looking for a place that is fun and beer is involved? Host your next event at a brewery. At Spindletap, they have full venue rental and partial rental options that are perfect for company events, birthday parties, weddings, receptions, and more. Host a memorable event at a venue that offers a fun atmosphere and many amenities. Email info@spindletap.com or call 713-325-1477 to get more details. Drink of Ages Radio, we're back. hanging out at House of Blues in the restaurant right in front of the Voodoo stage. Just got finished listening to some DadBods.
Sound real good, fellas.
It's real good.
Yeah, man, it's you're gonna see them like bounce around a bunch of different places. I know they're playing at Megaton like this weekend coming up.
Cool.
They're gonna be playing out there, so if you want to go watch them, go check them out. And then over at Spindle Tap, July 3rd, they're gonna be playing out there as well. So
Wait a second.
yeah, Wait a minute.
I need to talk to them after the break.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going to at least get their information.
and now it's uncomfortable.
Dave Fougeron from Southern Star is our guest.
Thanks again for having me. Thank you guys for coming out.
And now we get
Checking
to
it
the good stuff.
Yeah, so
The stuff I love the most.
beer.
Beer, yeah.
Beer.
I brought
Yes.
some for you.
Yes.
Well, let's
The
crack
stuff that's
open some of those
new,
cans. And you can tell us
and
about
coming
what
out.
we're drinking.
and- Hell yeah.
Yeah, so this one's not even out on the market yet. This is called Lemon Pie. We've been really excited about this beer for a long time now. We planned this beer out late last year. We said, hey, let's do something, and it kind of evolved to let's do this. And then I think it turned out really well. This is our first kind of true sour that we've made. And put a lot into it, put a lot of thought and testing into it, and I'm real happy with the way it turned out. I handed some out earlier, and everybody was kind of digging
Well,
it.
it
so
does smell like a lemon meringue pie.
it tastes that way too. So it's a cheers.
Cheers,
Boys,
boys.
cheers. Sorry, I got ahead of myself.
Yeah, that happens.
All right, that tastes like candy.
Tastes.
Yeah, it's not right.
It tastes delicious.
That's not right.
That's really good. Yeah, I mean, you guys have steadily made a lot of like fantastic beers since, I mean, how many years now?
14?
14.
Yeah.
Who's counting?
I am. It's taking years off my life. But we started out as very traditionalists. That's I mean, I'm not classically trained as a brewer, but I am kind of a Germanophile when it comes to beers. I love traditional German style beers. This is not one of those beers. Turns out that right now nobody cares about traditional style beers so much, so everybody's making all kinds of stuff. So we figured if we want to stay in business, we get into the game, and we did, and have been for a bit now. Jumping in with hazy IPAs, and we had Fracker. I don't know if you had that or not. Our first true hazy IPA, and it was delicious. And then just been doing a lot of different stuff. It's been a lot of fun. It really pushed the boundaries. I forgot to tell everybody if you're lactose intolerant,
Don't drink this.
don't drink this.
Oh, that's weird. We just lost half the stage.
A lot of it. Yeah.
All right, well, this was a fun segment.
I'll join you later in the bathroom.
I'm going to take the mic with me.
Yeah. Wait for some interesting sound
Are you
effects.
kidding me? This is really good.
This is delicious.
It is, man. It's very, I mean, as soon as I opened the can, I just had that blast of lemon.
I think the sour in this beer, the lactic acid in this beer plays really, really well with the lemon, and it just makes it very much to where it's just straight lemons. Yeah, and then there's that backup of meringue and
It makes me want to, like, I could eat a bowl of ceviche right now.
I would think that this would really pair well with seafood.
That could also
Yeah.
be any other day, John.
Yeah, I could do that too.
I don't know what's different, but
A bowl of
Just think
ceviche with
about it.
nothing to drink probably
Yeah.
would be fine.
I ate those french fries earlier. I guess I'm starting to get hungry.
No, this
Yes,
beer.
this should
beer
be
is
out
delicious.
this weekend.
This is great. Yeah, it's
the
definitely-
next weekend. It's a one-off. I have a feeling that it's going to sell. Hopefully, it sells so well that we
It's perfect for the
make
summer
it
heat.
not a one-off
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh man, I mean, even just we joke around a lot about like what would be like liquor, adding liquor to beers. Like rum goes with a bunch of hazy IPAs.
No, John, we're never joking.
No, it is pretty serious.
We put rum in your IPAs.
Hazy IPAs. Yeah.
Have you talked to somebody about that? You might have a problem.
Why do you have some rum?
You need to talk
But
to someone
seriously,
about getting
what kind of rum do you do? Like aged rum?
Man, pretty much. I don't know. It's usually whenever I'm on a big rum kick, it's because we're somewhere that makes rum, and so that's when we're drinking it. We were just in Maui, and we went through,
Yes, it's true.
I don't know how many bottles ended up of rum.
There's certain beer styles where John will be, hey, you know what? Some rum would be good in this. Hey, maybe some gin.
But gin in this one,
Ooh, that might be dangerous.
that would be really, really good.
Beer
But regardless,
cocktails.
This is, it's just different. The different beer than you guys normally make, and man,
What's
you
the
guys nailed it.
ABV on this one?
5%.
5%.
It's very
That's all
different.
day.
Very, very different than anything we've ever made before. And couldn't be happier with it, really. I tasted this. You never know until you taste one off the line. And I tasted one off the line, and I was like, that's delicious. And then I looked down, and half my beer was gone. I was like, oh, well, I better finish this one up so I can have another one because, and then I think I had 5 beers standing there on the line. Then I went home. So it's like,
Quality control.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, you have to make sure you're putting out the best product.
right. I didn't have much to do that day. That was good.
Yeah, lemon pie. So,
Who would have thunk it?
lemon meringue flavored sour ale with lactose.
Yep.
It has like the back end sweetness.
That's not lactose.
Yeah.
And I think that if we didn't do that, it would be too much. That lemon would be just overpowering. So I
Calms
think
it
that
down
back
some.
end sweetness really makes that meringue flavor pop.
Did you name it before you tried it?
No, we had a whole bunch of different names for it. We knew what we were trying to make, and then when we had it, I forgot what that was. Lemon pie was a second name because we had something. I was like, "That's perfect," and then I realized that was the name of something that somebody else in Texas makes. I'm like, "Oh, can't do that." We were originally going to call it Sucker Punch, and was it Three Nations has a Sucker Punch? So I'm like, "Well, we can't do that." So.
What is your guys' naming process over there? So
Somebody comes up with a name, and then I generally tell them that name's taken, that name's taken, that name's taken. And I do that until one comes up that's not taken. And I'm like, that name's stupid. And then we just keep going. Yeah.
keep going.
Keep going.
that,
Keep going.
that is
Yeah.
technically a process.
That's the process, yeah. It's, I mean, as a person that's been through two threatened lawsuits for naming rights, well, 3, you get to be a little cautious, I guess.
Sure.
A little more aware.
Yeah.
Well, especially if you're putting a beer into market, right? So
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, and it's still dicey because there's just no names left. When there's 4,000, 5,000 breweries in America and everybody's making, let's say at least 10 beers, a year, that's 50,000
you got to
beers.
run into. Yeah, so we're not in a lawsuit or anything.
You just named a
Yeah.
beer Kevin's mom.
I bet there's one. I bet there's already one.
Yeah, there's probably another one.
It's true. But so we have a beer called Hop Solo, right? Which is great. We've been brewing it for years, almost 8 years now.
I know that beer.
But there's also another brewery that makes Hop Solo called Sierra Nevada.
Uh-oh.
I
Small time.
was talking to Gus, who used to work at No Label. He's literally worn our Hop Solo shirt, and then
You're like,
and
hey,
then,
Gus, can you not do that?
and then they started
while
making
you
a
work
new
at
hop-
Sierra Nevada?
Yeah, and then and I was like, Gus, do you see it? And he brought some by the brewery with a big smile on his face. I was like, look what we just started making. I was like, ugh, I don't even have the wallet the size to even take on someone.
No,
like that.
because Disney will swoop in and sue both of you.
Well, so Sierra Nevada is doing a partnership with Disney.
Oh, of course
and
they are.
And he came to announce that.
That kind of happened when I was thinking about making an Astros beer, and then somebody else made an Astros beer that they were doing a partnership with them, and then
Yeah,
I forgot who that was.
That was one of the first C&Ds that Spindletap got too.
yeah. I almost got sued by my own alma mater because I made a 12th can beer, and
Oof.
yeah, that was brutal.
Somebody else made one of those.
Yeah, but I did mine a long time ago, and
Yep.
they were like, cease and desist and give me all your profits, and I made like a test batch, so I was like, I'll give you $8. It's like, but you're gonna have to sue me for it.
Yeah.
So that ended pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to name beers. That's a big process that we go through as well, sitting around just coming up, throwing out names. And then after you do that, then it's like, all right, let's design a label. And that's a whole nother process. And you still have to have the liquid inside the beer. Yeah, the beer has to taste good. So it's not just
the label and the name
putting
can only get
cans.
you so far.
Right. Yeah.
You can get that initial pop-off label and the name, but ultimately the liquid has to carry you all the way home.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we just, it's funny, talking Disney and Star Wars and other big breweries. We did a beer for May the 4th called Netragal. It's the Mandalorian beer, and then we realized Southern Tier had done one too. But, those are taproom-only releases, so...
You can get away with more of those.
Whatevs.
Yeah.
So...
That's only a one-time
Not real
thing.
worried about, you come take on the little guy, I'll scream like a little girl and, try for, plead for public sympathy.
Promise not to ever do it again.
Beating up on
and
me.
the whole thing.
Yeah, play the little guy. Because I am the little guy. This is good.
Yeah, Spindletop had their Pilsner Urkel, which was a pretty sweet label.
Did it have an Urkel from the...
It did have Urkel.
But he was like Czech Urkel. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it was
So,
perfect.
but Pilsner Urkel did not like that too much.
I imagine not.
So, and they even in the letter was like, and Disney is probably not going to like that either.
That's nice.
Damn lawyers
But
and stuff.
But they
I
literally only
apologize to any
have one
lawyers out
thing
there.
to defend, though, right? So like they're literally like, it's like, what's our brand? Just this.
Well, get ready, world, for proper pills, because that's what the new name's going to be. So,
Yeah,
yeah. Until somebody says, nope, we already made that one as well.
It's interesting. We got a pills coming out next month as well. It'll be Bombshell Pills. So it's looking forward to that. We haven't made a pills in a while.
You guys did, I remember the green can. What was the pills? Oh, gosh.
We've had so many different cans. That
I
was
know.
just the. I think it was just the spring pills that we made. No, that wasn't in the green can.
I don't know, that one, I guess probably now is like 4 years ago.
Yeah, that was spring pills.
Yeah, spring pills. That was
Yeah.
my summer beer.
That was a great beer, and we quit making it because nobody was buying it. It's just crazy because it's pills beers go up in popularity and down, so it's like you can't sustain. But I mean, think about it. It's like the brewery that shan't be named had, what was theirs called? Not going to help you because I'm not going to say their name, but Z Pills. That was a great beer,
Z-Pills.
and they don't make that anymore either. So it's it is what it is.
Yeah.
And
Is
St.
it-
Arnold makes summer pills, which isn't really even a pills. And that one stuck around. I don't get it. It's
Yeah.
good beer. It's a good beer. I'm not going to talk smack about them.
Spring
But,
pills, summer pills, something else pills,
Yeah. Blue pills.
blue pills.
Red pills.
That's a different night.
Yeah, I know.
All right, let's take a break and get back. Talk more with Dave Fougeron. This is Drink of Ages Radio. You're about to hear some more DadBods. DadBods.
And finish off these lemon pies.
And man, these lemon pie is just delicious.
Yeah, they go down pretty easy.
All right, this is Drink of Ages. We'll be right back.
Back in '82, all the cheerleaders I would date, the coaches knew what to do. I would have taken state. Dated Chrissy Farrow, scored more touchdowns in one scream at the night, get into trouble and make me feel right. I wanna run from the cops, get eyes from the girls, make everything perfect. I wanna get at the city, scream at the night, get into trouble and make me feel right. I wanna run from the cops, get eyes from the girls, make everything perfect. I wanna get at the city, scream at the night, get into trouble and make me feel right. I wanna run from the cops, get eyes from the girls, make everything perfect. My little world. My little world. Yeah, my little world.
You may have noticed there have been quite a few changes at No Label, and they are steadily pumping out tasty brews. With their new head brewer Trailer bringing in his West Coast brewing skills, taps have been flowing with lots of hoppy deliciousness like Cali Boy West Coast IPA. I'm real excited about what they're doing on the west side. Tap Room is open 7 days a week, very family and dog friendly. Make the short trip to Katy and see what is happening at No Label. Follow them on social media for events and beer releases. No Label Brewing Company. Fresh off the canning line at True Anomaly is Contact Light with 4-packs available now. A blend of styles, Contact Light takes the best parts of the Saison and the IPA, folding in Mosaic and Amarillo hops for a spiced up, hop-forward grapefruit and peach refresher. If you're heading out to watch the Astros, stop by for a beer before the game. True Anomaly is walking distance from all the stadiums, or just hang out in the tap room and watch it. Trivia every Tuesday evening in the tap room starts at 7:30 with badass prizes. Check out the website to book the barrel room for your next event at trueanomalybrewing.com. Valentin's Brewery is a small but growing family-owned nano brewery in Pearland, Texas, making award-winning beers in all different styles. Always something new to try on tap. Bring the family and the dogs while enjoying the spacious backyard while the new tap room is being built. If you're into the sour stuff, Valentin's is releasing 2 Berliners, a pear and an apple. These beers are like adult Gatorades. Make the short drive to Valentin's and try some award-winning, very tasty brews. Valentins.com, VALLENSONS.com.
Hey, this is Blake Harris, the general manager at Rudyard's British Pub. Just want to invite you guys out to our Thursday night steak and pint night. It's $25 for a 16-ounce New York strip, party potatoes, Caesar salad, and a free pint. As well, starting at 7 o'clock, we've got $4 pints all night long. Right now, we're doing about 20 on draft, and in the near future, we will be increasing that number. So come check us out. We're at 2010 Waugh Drive in Montrose.
All right, this is Drink of Ages Radio, ESPN 97.5, man, hanging out here at House of Blues. Dave Fougeron from Southern Star Brewing is our guest, Tom Painter, co-host, John Dittman, got DJ Muskratch over there, spinning the good music, and you also have been listening to the DadBods,
who have been killing it.
That last set was amazing.
Man, I tell you. It is. I forgot how many songs I liked. Yeah,
all of those for
all
sure.
Of those,
right.
All of those. No, it's really good. But you can catch them at Megaton this weekend. So
that's awesome. I will be giving them a call soon. So look at our Instagrams and social medias and stuff. So I don't know how booked up we are, but we're gonna slot them in because you guys do stuff right up our alley. That's cool. DadBod.
That's a good decision.
Yeah. So, just a minute ago, we were talking, Dave, and you mentioned that you guys are expanding into a whole nother type of market.
We are. We've had our winery license for a while now. I'm doing some contract vintnering, sort of, which is, I don't want to get into that right now because it's still not released, but I got to thinking that allows us to do wine. And I don't know anything about wine, but I do know something about mead. And so we are opening up a small division of a meadery. So our meadery is called Skull and Potion Meadery. And we're going to be rolling out craft mead at first. So the mead is honey wine, but we're going to do the craft mead is a 6-7% alcohol carbonated, usually fruit flavored offerings. So we've got our regular, our traditional mead that's just straight honey, and then we've got some other flavors that we're toying around with. So that should be out maybe 3 or 4 months from now.
Fantastic.
Hitting the market.
That's one of the things that like cider kind of is making some moves right now in Houston again and around, but
mead's blowing up, man.
Yeah,
it really is. It's blowing
People
up.
keep on asking
blowing
for it, yeah. And I just had my first taste of mead this year, really. I finally made it to the Renaissance Festival, which has been eluding me. And then I had some of that King's mead, and I was like, hey, give me some of that. And then
That's super sweet, isn't it?
it's super sweet, and it's like apparently it's like 14%. But I didn't know that at the time. I assumed 5-6%. It's mead, right? It's like this.
Well, and it tastes good. And it's easy
You
to
do
drink.
know that's Viking battle juice, right?
That's what it is. Yeah.
It's like, it's friendly. It's mead, sir.
Yeah, it's mead, sir. Would you like some spot of mead, sir?
And
Right.
then I get in a mug, and then next thing I know, I'm my people are like, "Would you like turkey meat, Lord?" Yes, I would. I'm running around. I'm like, I'm having a great time at the Renaissance Festival, and then
So you got a new suit of armor and a hammer or something.
it was horrible.
Ready to go to battle.
We had a buddy's wife, and she took us over to Southern Yankee, and I saw right after, and I was pretty meated out.
Oh, I heard about this story.
And then I went there, and I was like, I should probably get some water. Then I'm drinking the water, and I'm talking to Alex over there. I was like, hey, you cut me off and you gave me this water? What the hell? That's it. I'm leaving this establishment.
And you ordered it?
And then later, Alex, he was just like, hey, man, you got yourself the water because you were trying to be responsible.
That's mead. That's what we're going to be doing.
So we're camping out at Southern Star.
Yeah,
Is that what we're doing?
absolutely. Yeah,
So
that's
that
what
was
we're
my
doing.
experience with mead, and I'm looking forward to the
looking for the next one, huh?
the Ren Fest that will happen on Southern Star. You have all that acreage, you can pull it off.
No, I think we're gunning for the Renaissance Festival this year. I think we'll have it ready by then. We're well distributed in the Renaissance Festival. I'm really looking forward to it. We're making it. We're doing it kind of in an unconventional way. We're using Kvike yeast right now, and we're having really great success with the Kvike yeast in mead, and that stuff ferments super hot, and it's really clean, and it lends a nice fruity flavor to the mead, and it kind of cuts back on that weird meaty taste that that's a lot of meads have. That's kind of honey band-aids. It's kind of the mead taste.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
like it makes a really nice drink.
Wow. And it handles the ABV that high.
Like our
Well, for
regular,
yours,
yeah. But
yeah.
even we made a 14% one, and it was beautiful.
Wow.
It was really, really pretty.
You have toyed with those waters.
Oh yeah. We've been messing around with them. We're thinking about. I'm not going to give away too much. We'll see what happens. We're thinking about some. I'll tell you off the podcast, but we're thinking about doing some very interesting things with the mead.
That's exciting stuff.
Like a braggot?
I've already made some braggots, some test batches of that. We've actually released some of those at the brewery just as test batches. We can legally make that as a brewery,
Right.
but just doing some weird things to old beverages that haven't been done yet. So just tinkering around. I mean, we're in the spirit to tinker around. I just made a beer that tastes like lemon meringue pie. So once you get rolling, you get on a roll and you don't stop.
Yeah, meads. I like mead. I think it's really good. But some of them get really thick. And
Most of ours are bone dry.
yeah, and so especially and then you add the carbonation
Yeah.
to it. Makes it way too easy to drink.
Yeah, no, it really does. It's good stuff. Yeah, it's like our 14% one was kind of semi-sweet, but it was. I don't really like that real thick stuff. That's although some people will. We'll probably end up making one of those too. But and we're really blessed. I thought, okay, we're going to be the first meadery, in the area, and then I realized there's another one in Conroe already called the Firm, and it's really good. So, but they're little bitty.
Conroe is. I don't know. Is it like the fastest growing city in America right now?
It was 2 years,
something?
not in a row. It was 2 years, not back to back, but like 1 year and then another year, which is a pretty impressive feat. Conroe's, it's really Houston. It's still got its own little city, but when the freeway's 10 lanes wide, you're Houston. It's like, it's
That's
it's
true.
yeah. I mean, you got like this major thoroughfare, and there's buildings from here to there. It's not like there's like a gap.
It's all connected.
Well,
It's,
if
I mean,
you're
it's
still
like
rooting for the same
Jersey
sports
Village is
teams.
Houston.
Yes.
And at one point in time, the Heights wasn't Houston, but so it is. But Conroe's it's neat. It's kind of retained some of its smaller town connectivity, and it's super business friendly. The people that are running the city right now are all about pushing, culinary, just period. So there are soon to be 4 breweries in Conroe, a meadery, 2 wineries, and a distillery in Conroe. Pretty good afternoon, if you ask me.
Yeah, and they also kept like the whole little downtown area exactly like it's been
Yeah.
probably for the last 250 years.
Yeah. I mean, it's 100 years old. I think Conroe was founded in 1904, but but it is. It's like
It is, but it's great bricks.
And
I mean,
the
it's
meadery is
nice
in there.
architecture,
One of the
yeah.
new breweries that's going in there is in there. Blue Epiphany Winery just opened up a wine, tasting, kind of a wine hall, if you will, in downtown Conroe. They have some great little bars there. They got great restaurants there too. So downtown Conroe is super cool.
I haven't been to Red Brick Tavern in a long time, but that used to be like a normal stop.
It's still just as good as it used to be.
Yeah, it's a great place. Good live music. Hopefully, once again.
No, they've been doing it. They've been doing live music. They have been. That was our first. We had a pint night there. It's the first pint night that I've done in. God, I can't remember when. So, and that was a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's awesome. Pint
Good
nights are
stuff.
fun.
Yeah, pint nights are fun.
I miss them. We had some people running
You
around.
get tired of them, but then when they're gone, you're like, oh, I want to do pint nights again.
No, there was like we had some.
It's fun.
There was a guy that started with us named Boris, doing some sales for us, and he was running around the brewery today, and he was just like, "Hey, I need a bunch of tin tackers. I need a bunch of what?" I was like, "What? We aren't just giving stuff away. We aren't a charity. It's like it's for a pint night at Thistle." And I and oh wait, these are happening again?
Yep,
No,
they are.
Then take it off.
They are.
And it's awesome because bingos, pint nights, those are all those things that were these great gateways to like the community that happened at these bars and the things that really tied the breweries even closer to just
Yeah,
an
man.
account,
And I mean, that's what I'm so into about Conroe is the community. It's like I was talking to the guy, Van, the guy that runs the distillery, Bartlett Distillery in Conroe, and we were actually sitting at the meadery talking to that guy, and we thought, wouldn't it be awesome just to have like a Conroe alcohol makers social once a month where we just get together at somebody else's place and just have drinks and talk?
As long as I'm invited.
That sounded like a hell of an idea to me. So
Count me
it's
in.
like, because Van can whip up some wicked cocktails at this place.
Oh, I
They're
bet.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, Conroe. Like my dad lived in Conroe for a long time when I was growing up. Right, it was a small town, but it was fun.
Oh, it used to be podunk. It was like
Yeah.
there wasn't much there. It was dry. Like the east side of the 45 was dry, and the west side was damp. I guess is the way you say you have to like.
Wait. Let me rephrase that. Cut and shoot.
Cut and shoot. Now, I don't think
Cut and shoot, Texas.
Cut and shoot. I don't think it's ever been. It's largely lawless and cut and shoot.
I think
it's
it
called
is.
cut and shoot.
Yes, that's where
You were out there.
we used to go.
Well, it sounds like Conroe used to be dry, but now it's getting very, very wet.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, it's like we just got a Margaritaville out there. It was just insane.
That's
Oh,
right.
that's right.
So it's just super crazy how fast the area is growing. It's super annoying too because traffic's just a bear. I mean,
Well, it's like a plus and a con, right?
It is. It's,
You're
yeah.
like, no, these customers.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to get to work.
Trying to get to
Well,
work,
so
get
is
out of my way,
everybody else.
customers. Yeah, it's like,
It's
Trying
like,
to-
it's like the brewery's going to be slammed today. Ugh. I mean,
it's gonna be so
great,
hard to
but
move around. Yeah, no, it's yeah, but it's been really nice. It's been really nice to see everything opening, back up and people getting out and getting back out doing places like this. People dining and having some beers and conversing with each other and having a good time again.
Well, it's been a central theme among all the breweries that have been here, but like just everyone's ready, right?
Oh yeah. And I so hope that it's like the Roaring 20s.
I mean,
again,
it seems like I think like this year into next year is just going to be like hold on to your butts.
Yeah.
Because people are ready to go.
Everybody's got some government.
I mean,
ready to rock and roll.
Everything we did happened was unprecedented. Every brewery that came out on the other side was doing like you guys were doing all these extra marketing initiatives to kind of.
We were doing all kinds of weird stuff, and really, it's our taproom that kept us alive. During the whole thing too. It's beer to go. And look, I got to give some credit where credit's due. I mean, our governing agency, the TABC, has really stepped up to the plate and helped, with trying to keep businesses alive. And that would have never happened 3 years ago when the different administration was there.
It turned around within a couple months after they realized that all of our tax dollars funded them.
Well, but it was before then. They had a different administration in place, you know. So I mean, it's probably not the most interesting thing in the world, but their administration, a lot of them, they got in trouble and they got fired, and then they brought military guys in. So now the head of the TABC is a general or a retired general, and the guy's like super pro-business. I went to a stakeholders meeting with them when they first happened. I was sitting with Chip McElroy, and you know how he is. And I was sitting there looking at him, and we were looking at each other like, are we hearing this right? Because they were like, before it was, if it's not allowed, you can't do it. And he said, from now on, it's going to be, if it's not prohibitive, you can do it. Well, and I was like, holy crap, that's completely different. And they really showed their mettle during the coronavirus with saying, okay, you know what? Drinks to go are fine.
They certainly worked with us, and you could. I mean, they were literally kind of pointing out like, here's what is legal.
Yeah.
Here's where.
And they were working on the fly. They didn't know. They were having to make stuff up as they went along, because usually all those things change during a legislative session, and then now they were just coming from like dictates, but it worked out. It worked out well. I never thought I would say this, but thank you, TABC.
They were definitely on our side during that whole debacle. I mean, it felt like it. I mean, really, because
it went from like, hey, you're doing something wrong to, hey, let's
figure out how to do it right.
Figure out how to do it right.
Yeah. And it's so refreshing. And I think that as a whole is going to make the whole alcohol industry and bar industry, manufacturing flourish in the state of Texas for years to come, just to have that perspective change. I mean, I think it's a good thing, man.
People trying to disband the TABC right now, so I mean, they probably need to start working with everybody a lot easier.
That shouldn't, it's funny. They started trying to do that before, and even the Texas Craft Brewers Guild was like, whoa, don't disband the TABC. Yeah. You can't do that. You have to have a regulatory agency, or it'd be the Wild West again.
Well, it's like everything's to the
and
TTV
everything
now
would be everything would be owned by Carbach by that. I mean.
AB InBev.
Yeah. Under the Carbach moniker.
Dave, man, it's always fun hanging out with you.
Man, I'm so stoked that I got to come down here and do this. This has been a while. It's been a while since I've got out of my little hidey hole up north, and it's been a long time since we've sat down and talked and had a beer together. It's been very good. Yep. You as well. Cheers, guys. Thanks so much for having us. Thank all of you guys out there for coming out. Thank DadBod for coming out and performing. I know you usually get the thank yous in, but I'm stealing your show, John.
Just keep going.
No, I'm good.
Just go and shut it down.
I'm done.
No, but for real, it's been great hanging out with you, man. Let's go kick back over here, drink some beers, listen to some more DadBods.
Yep. Check out our podcast. I'm going to do a shameless plug. Check out our podcast. It's SSPC at SSBC. We've got a podcast. We are about to release number 50, which is means we're halfway to knowing sort of what we're doing. So,
I don't even know what number I'm on. I still don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I've pretty much said that. But we discussed some interesting things. If you listen back a little bit, you'll hear me call the governor a expletive tyrant a couple of times. Thank you. He changed his course a little bit, but anyway, it's entertaining.
I may have said the same thing.
Yeah. I think we're on the same page.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we're on the same page. Matthew McConaughey for governor.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that the plan?
It's like Texas is a lot like a flat surface on it. Yeah. Anyway, thanks.
No, man, I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out here at House of Blues. Thank you very much. DadBod's killing it.
Yep.
We're going to listen and play some more music. And, man, next week, what are we doing next week? I don't even remember. I'll have to talk about this in another time. We'll be back here on Tuesdays.
And there will be a brewery.
Yeah, we'll be here
TBD.
Tuesday at House of Blues for next week's show. Come by, hang out with us, man. And you can listen to any of the old shows. You can watch the old shows, sponsored by No Label Brewing Company, SoundCloud, Amazon, Audible, Apple, all these ways.
All the things. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many of them now. But subscribe to our channel on YouTube and watch this show happen.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Especially now, because we got some special stuff we're about to drop on our Facebook page and YouTube. So now is a great time.
It's a great time. All right, thank everybody for listening. Everybody be safe. Talk to everyone next week.
Moving forward, using all my breath. Making love to you was never second best. I see the world crashing all around your face. Never really knowing it was always mesh and lace. I'll stop the world and go with you. You see the difference and it's getting better all the time. There's nothing new and I won't do. I'll stop the world and dream of better lives, a kind that never hate you. Trapped in a state of imaginary grace. I made a pilgrimage to save this human race. Never comprehending the race that's all gone by. I'll stop the world and I'll stop the world. You see the difference and it's getting better all the time. There's nothing new and I won't do. I'll stop the world. I'll stop the world and help you. The future's open wide. The future's open wide. I'll stop the world and go with you. Stop the world. You see the difference and it's getting better all the time. There's nothing new and I won't do. Let's stop the world. I'll stop the world and go with you. I'll stop. The future's open wide. I'll stop the world and go with you. Let's stop the world. You see the difference and it's getting better all the time. There's nothing new and I won't do. Let's stop the world. I'll stop the world and now with you. Let's stop the world. I'll stop the world and now with you. I'll stop the world. I'll stop the world and now with you. I'll stop the world and I'll stop the world and now with you.
John Bargerstock from KT Wellness is back with us, and John, tell us how testosterone replacement therapy can be beneficial for those who need it.
Great question. Well, a lot of guys think that it's just treating an area below the belly button region, but actually what it is treating area from head to toe. There's a lot of, symptoms that can creep up over the years because of the deficiency, but really what it helps is a multitude of things. It helps us with our mental clarity and staying focused throughout the day. It helps us avoid fatigue and be energetic throughout the day. Of course, it helps our libido and performance in the bedroom. There's studies that show it's great for the heart. It has a multitude of benefits, and of course there are risks, but the benefits far outweigh those risks.
So that's what you guys do at KT, though. You can come in, get your numbers tested, and see if you're actually a good candidate for this.
Yep. Actually, we make sure everybody qualifies for treatment before we offer that treatment. We don't just allow anyone to come in off the street and get testosterone therapy. It is a therapy, which means we bring people back to normalized, and I like to use the word optimized levels, not just normalized levels. So if they're deficient, we check their number. We verify that with a blood test. There has to be presence of symptoms. And then we put those two pieces of information and decide whether or not this person is a good candidate for treatment.
Well, that's fantastic because John and I, we kind of share birthdays. He's one day before, and we just had it. And so we're getting older, and things aren't, it's not quite like
recovery
it used to
time
be.
is not as quick as it used to be.
No, of course. But no, it's it's something every guy should know their number, where they are now, because with each decade of life, our levels drop anywhere from 10 to 20%. So it's a pretty drastic change, once you hit your late 30s and beyond.
Well, you can find out more information at KTWellness.com, and this portion of the show, the Men's Health Minute, is sponsored by KT Wellness. Unlock your potential.
Thanks, John, for having me.
Hey guys, welcome back to Drink of Ages. This is a special little kind of reunion of sorts, but also a little update on when we came back this season. We came back with one guest, John's neighbor, Val from Valinson's.
Yes. Appreciate you guys bringing me back out.
Right when a building was being dropped off.
Yeah.
Well, there was a lot that happened, right? So Valinson's Brewery is the closest brewery to my house. I got to know Val, and I got to tell you, it's a pretty incredible human being. I'm not going to get too far into it because, but he is a nasty guy. He's this, but even more than all the rest of the stuff you accomplished in your life, you started making some really good beers. So we started hanging out at your brewery. And recently, this last weekend, you did an expansion. You built a new tap room, started a whole VIP thing, and hanging out with these two guys almost killed me like 4 times.
Yeah,
in the last
there were 4 days.
4 times in 4 days.
We only did 3 out of 4 days.
I did 4 days and about killed me.
But one cool thing that has happened is, like, friendships are made. So, when in the brewing community is a very close-knit organization that a lot of people don't even know really exists, that like around Houston, that so many breweries work together in a lot of different ways. And these guys decided that to make things even better, they should brew a beer together. So that started about a month or so ago, that ended up in a spa, where a day spa, getting manis and petties.
I'll let Tom go into that detail.
And discussing all these beers. But the good thing is you guys brewing a beer together.
Yeah, man. It's pretty exciting because from when we did the show until it's like we went on a few kind of double dates together. Yes. Which a joke of kept on getting brought up. Let's do a spa day. Let's do a spa day. A few drinks in, ha ha ha. But then one day just turned out to become a spa day, and that spa day kind of got out of hand. It kind of got a little sloppy. You actually came at the very tail end of this. This was during Rudy Palooza. You actually came. It was that day that which was a doozy.
The spa day IPA came to inception.
Yes, and it was a very relaxing day, but it was full of booze, and where Val and I were like texting the head brewer over at No Label Trailer, and we're like, this is how it's gonna be. It's like it's gonna be all of us. We're gonna be in bathtubs. We're gonna be just 3 dudes relaxing.
It's completely crazy because, and I got to add to this because the funny thing about this whole thing is that, so when Tom and I started really talking about it, a spa day IPA, I was like, that's going to be kind of cool. Let's do something unique. Let's roll something out different in Houston. Let's roll it out from Katy to Pearland. It's like going from Canada to Mexico. You know, you got this hour delta between the 2 cities. You know, let's get our 2 designers together. You know, my designer and your designer together.
Yeah,
and we did.
Yeah, so Anthony Agretti, who does all Beer Chronicle stuff and a lot of Ingenious stuff, does some of our stuff.
And Casey Scarborough, who does all my stuff, who's just an amazing artist too.
It was like if we're gonna make this a true collab, it's not just gonna be us on the same page. We should have our designers on the same page, and we were getting so used to just cutting checks together. It's like just chop it. We're just gonna cut this. We're gonna make it super easy, and like
let's do it.
It's been a fun between that first show to this show, and now we're releasing the beer Father's Day weekend.
Yes.
Like at both breweries. The one team at one, then one team at the other. It's gonna be a whole, but it's turned into like it's a real like even our we have a no label Valencin's kind of collab logo that because instead of just doing like a collab it's a collab. It's like it's really meaningful, and also it's really fun because we all like each other.
Right.
Which makes it really easy.
It's going to be a fun beer. So I want you guys, everybody out there in Houston, be ready for this thing coming out. Father's Day weekend. It's going to be released the same day, same time. It's going to be a really cool day. I think everybody's going to have a really good time with this. It was a great experience. I really got to spend some really quality time for Valencin's first ever collaboration in almost 4 years. I've been very picky about who I'm going to collaborate with. And being able to do it, Tom and Trailer and a no-label team, it was just very exciting, and I think it's going to be a really fun rollout. It's been a lot of thought went into it. That's what's got to be the passionate part about it. If you don't have the passion to do it, I don't want to do it. And I think it's been a lot of fun stuff. I'm looking forward to this rolling out.
So what do we all have to look forward to?
Well,
drinking-wise.
Here we go.
Yeah, so there's a lot of... So it's a New England IPA. I know everyone's probably asking about that. It's going to be about a 6%-ish. It's got a lot of New Zealand hops in it. Trailer and myself blended our heads together from a brewmaster perspective and put together some really wild recipe, and it's coming along really well. I think it's almost done right now. So we're about to be rolling this out. One of the things you got to really get ready for is the aftermath and the social media stuff that we're going to do at the end. And I think I want to let Tom introduce some of this crazy stuff that we're going to do.
I mean, this all kind of, from that initial spa day, this is where all these ideas started to really form of like, if you put 3, let's say not in best shape dudes on a can, and that's what the can is. The can it's Val, Trailer, and myself, and we're all in these kind of bathtubs.
You're talking about like DadBods?
It's kind of like that.
We are like the DadBods, yes.
And
I love those guys, by the way.
But then Val and I were like, just riffing of like, oh, we're gonna have all these, guys that we know in the community and girls, and everyone's gonna be having, it's a spa day. They're gonna be drinking with their beers. So we're gonna do kind of like a contest.
Yes.
I mean, where the best pictures that come in, we're gonna have prizes for them.
Yes.
We're gonna have, tap room parties and beer giveaways and all sorts of craziness to really. So even when the beer is released, and like that should be where the fun ends for us. But no, that fun's just gonna keep on going. Yeah. And we've really kind of turned this collaboration into it's just been a hell of fun.
It turned into a spa day for everybody.
It's called the Spa Day IPA, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready, Houston, on Father's Day weekend.
All right, Father's Day weekend, Spa Day IPA, no label, Valencin's collaboration, man.
Yes.
You guys get ready for it.
Hell yeah.
Can get it.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Woo.